And of course, it was a somewhat reasonable number, made much more reasonable by the fact the man is standing there. He
Right.
goes, I could do this later today, or I could be here next week. What's good for you? I was like, I didn't even, what they call it, an assumed sale, where the
Yeah.
person, I put myself on the hook. I swallowed the hook. I choked it as fast as I could. It was fascinating. And I
But it
think
was what you wanted, right? It was,
Zucker's
it
right. I was the
took care of,
customer.
yeah, right. That's interesting because you talk about startups, like there is a whole, let's say, gaggle of groups who believe that the purpose of business is to fool an investor
Uh,
or to create an investor, and that the customer just becomes like a I'm not a Shark Tank fan or aficionado, but I do occasionally bump across it surfing channels. And some people are looking like they want the investor just to carry them. Some people look like they're actually thinking about creating customers. So, but there is a group that is just their focus is on getting money to finance the lifestyle that they want or something like that.
I was just listening to a guy who is a ship magnate, and the way he started his business, he's a billionaire, but the way he started his business is he was a finance guy in New York doing mostly real estate financial things in New York. And he didn't like the life, he just liked the money. And he said, I've always loved ships. He was raised in Rhode Island down the street from me pretty much.
Mm.
And he said, I thought to myself, I wonder if some of what I know about how to do finance in real estate, I wonder if that translates into owning those real big ships, the
Mm.
kind of tankers and container ships and that sort of thing. It turned out, yes. It turned out there were lots of people with lots of financial challenges. He had these ways to help them. And there's always investors out there looking for some way they can get some money passed around. And so he had since childhood worked on little boats and then bigger boats and then even bigger boats. And he was working on ships. Like when I say worked on, though, like crew, not a rich dude. But he knew boats from the ground up. He knew all the things that were going to go wrong with a boat. He knew all the services somebody who
Mm.
bought a ship like that would need. So he was just building systems around one thing that he knew and loved super deeply. And I think that's where we have to go. He said you have to. He goes, if I told somebody today, how do you want to get rich? I would say, go find something you absolutely love to do. Figure out if there's somebody who pays money for something even vaguely related to that thing you love, and then figure out a way to live in that world.